everyone. Welcome back to the Astral Tourist. If you've been following my travels, you know that the astral plane is full of surprises. A few nights ago, I had an absolute blast. It started with a total launch. I managed to float right out of my bedroom window without hardly any effort at all. I just flew right up out of my body. And, I got flying totally free through the night sky. After a while, I had a blackout phase in lucidity, though, which is kind of, it's normal. After a while, if you've been flying around for 2 and 3 hours outside, you finally, your brain just needs to take a break. So a classic astral drift there. But then I snapped right back into full lucidity. And when I did, I found myself in yet another one of these massive futuristic malls. Now, usually the more futuristic ones that I've been in have, bright lighting with, a lot of white and gold, or the neon lights with all the various cool neon colors. But this one was super sleek and sophisticated, decorated in these beautiful, high-end beige tones, multi-tonal beige tones, I should say. And I wasn't alone. I was hanging out with a male friend, and I ended up showing him the ropes of how futuristic VR astral arcades work. So we found this incredible VR arcade area, but he was a little nervous to try one of the games with me. So, I had to remind him again that we're in the astral. It's okay. I was only partially phased, pointing out my misty form to him, like, see, I'm, what can hurt me? And, that it was totally safe. But he decided to stay on the sidelines and observe while I jumped in to show him how it's done. So the game that came up was all about a ninja. I didn't say I want a ninja game. The room was empty and I just requested a game. So I've affectionately nicknamed this particular game Ninja 1. And I soon found out one ninja was more than enough for this game. So as soon as the game started, the room expanded until it was about the size of a few city blocks. And across the room, a holographic ninja appeared in a full black outfit with his head covered in cloth. So, he didn't really have a face. He had his head covered in ninja cloths, along with the rest of the costume. Instead of swords, the goal of the game was explained in a kind of psychic informational download, the information is just coming in. So the mechanics were so cool. There was a middle zone that neither of us could cross over into. We could only move forward or backward a few feet on each of our sides, but we could move sideways as far as the massive room allowed. It was a game of pure, exacting precision and speed. The goal was to hit the ninja with these energy pings, kind of like paintball. Think about it like paintball, only energy, more times than he could hit me with his pings before a 5-minute timer ran out. But here is where the real challenge comes in. We could both control the speed and intent of our projectiles. There were hundreds of these pings flying back and forth through the center zone at completely different speeds, and some of them could even be curved midair. If you had the right intention with particular ones, they could make various curving actions and be unpredictable. Well, not really unpredictable to you if you intended that, but to your opponent. So you had to have insane mental focus to keep track of it all, because there were just so many. And also you can curve yourself around to avoid them. So you could be curvy and, if you're, real set on just being in one form, this game isn't a good game for you. You've got to, you could stretch yourself and bend in all these various ways to avoid these pings. And so right at the beginning, I was doing great and successfully pinged the ninja numerous times. But by the middle of the game, I was mostly on the defensive. It was like it learned from me. So it was getting harder and harder. And he was sending out more and more, doing different things with his pings. So a few of his pings did catch me in the shoulder, which made my friend watching from the sidelines a little worried again. And again, I had to comfort him like mid-game. And the game didn't really pause for that. But I took a moment anyway. And I reminded him, hey, we're just in the astral. And I was pointing at my shoulder. And see, I'm only semi-phased. And the pings don't even hurt. Really, it's okay. I mean, pain was not the point of this game. Taking time to re-explain put me a bit behind, but that was okay. I mean, I really just wanted to show my friend how it works anyway. So I rallied towards the end and landed a bunch more successful pings on the ninja, like at super speed. I got super focused, and I thought I know I have to really get a bunch of them out there, or I'm going to lose the game. So I knew it was close, but I ended up winning. I was a little surprised that I won since I'd taken that little pause with my friend. And, when the timer hit 0, the ninja froze into a static image. The barrier in the middle of the room dropped. And by barrier, I don't mean like there were walls. It was energy. You just couldn't go in the middle before. But you could see everything because you had to be able to see all the pings to decide which way you were going to curve and move and all of that. So I was able to cross over to the ninja's side of the room. And my friend came along with me. I'm still observing everything really carefully, a little on guard, but, that's okay. A holographic screen popped up, flashing 4 different prizes. And I knew from the instructions before I had to reach out and touch the one I wanted as they cycled through. And it would, come as a kind of download again. So one prize was a hollow sculpture image of the ninja. Another was a cloudy, high-energy thundercloud with lightning coming out of it. And, what a symbol for a pure energy boost. So one of the prizes could have been, a download of energy. And the other 2 options were artwork. So I ended up picking the most beautiful one, a fancy Japanese art calendar displayed on a glowing easel. It was vibrant, bright red with a striking full black moon right at the top, which I think is supposed to represent a new moon, but I'm not sure. And right below was calendar information. And then below that was a long black cursive calligraphy type of a squiggle, which I believe was the signature of the game's creator. And I couldn't decipher it. And sometimes I can and sometimes I can't by looking back and forth really quickly at words. But I didn't even think to do it. I was so excited and my heart was still pounding from the game. And I was so happy to, get to pick a prize. And the art itself was vibrant and glowing. And, I just wish I could have brought that art calendar back through the ether with me when I woke up. But getting to experience an Astral VR arcade, is pretty great consolation prize. I put together some of the different images in the episode thumbnail to show the experience. Please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, I have a music channel that's separate from this one now. If you like trippy music about astral projection and miscellaneous side chill. I do some mantras and stuff. It's experimental. I've been using AI on that channel, and it's getting better. The AI is getting better because I can upload my voice. So my voice is in there, but it is still generating the sound and the music. It's just incredible what it can do now. I'm not a one-woman band, and I want to share about my experiences different ways, and so it's just one more way to do that. Thanks so much for listening to this episode. Have any of you ever stumbled across an arcade or Mall World, or played a game while out of your body? Let me know in the comments. Happy astral travels. Have a great weekend. It's a long weekend for us in the USA. Lots of love to everybody around the world. Thank you again.